If you're looking to sell or buy cheap CSGO skins, check out bitskins.com. Today we'll be looking at a round between Big and SK on Inferno. At the start of the round, Big put pressure on Banana with a Molotov, 2 flashes and 2 HE grenades. This was enough utility to make SK feel uncomfortable challenging fully and force back onto the B site without any information. Whilst this is happening, the other 2 members of Big take control of apartments and throw the first smoke towards Arch. This is done in order to take away partial visibility from middle, but to also bait out any utility SK still have on the A site. After a brief waiting time, Big start the process of the full execute with a deep smoke for quad. The Arch smoke is then refreshed and they walk out middle. Here's where the magic happens. Big use their deep quad smoke to set up precise Molotovs for pit, grave and balcony. This eliminates a ton of angles for Big to check, making the push that much easier. Together with 2 key flashes for pit and a smoke for mini pit, Big begin to swarm in. Taco dies to the grave Molotov after taking down TABSEN, and COLDZERA is traded, leaving the site in control of Big in a 3 vs 2 situation. The remainder of SK decide not to challenge and go for the save. God B goes towards Banana at the start of the round to help Next take control of it. He sets him up with a high flash that blinds Fallen and pushes him off the aggressive angle. As I said before, the purpose here is to deny SK Banana control and to limit their information. Big don't really commit that much to Banana with them not clearing sandbags, but it was enough to make Fallen and Fur feel uncomfortable and back off towards site. God B doesn't participate in the apartment's control, he holds the middle smoke for any crazy pushes. When the time is right, he prepares the second smoke for Arch, which will be used to walk out middle. Unfortunately, this smoke lands in FELPS' Molotov, which left a gap on the right hand side, which could have been a huge problem for the Big side. As they get behind the deep quad smoke, he throws his Molotov into pit and turns his back to be flashed in. It's God B's job to clear pit, and the 2 flashes from KEEV are perfect for this. He grabs a trade kill onto COLDZERA, and with that the site is secured and the round is in the bag. If we just watch it back as he goes into the site, you can see how easy it is for God B. He only has one angle to check, and that is pit. Once that's clear, he can help anyone else on site and secure any trade kills. KEEV is the AWPer and spots middle for any fast aggression from SK. He then peeks Banana off the back of God B's flash to try and catch out anyone blind. It's important for him to not overextend in this position, but to just create noise to force SK to give up Banana. You can see him doing this with the spam into the wall. KEEV has a similar role to God B in that he holds the middle smoke. You can see he's looking for a boost on the right hand side, which is quite common for CTs nowadays. Once the second Arch smoke goes down, he moves into apartments from Hay. It's worth noting that he is just covering the apartment push whilst his teammates secure middle control. Once they are out, he lines up his 2 flashes for pit. I can't stress enough how key these flashes are from KEEV. Had Taco been facing from grave instead of hiding, they would have blinded him completely. Anyway, we'll go back to the push, and right after he throws the flashes, FELPS uses the gap in the Arch smoke to peek. KEEV hits an insane shot here whilst blind and stops FELPS from picking up a 3k, which could have easily ruined the round for Big. Unfortunately, KEEV doesn't check close on site and dies to COLDZERA. TABSEN takes control of apartments at the start of the round. He's the player that throws the first Arch smoke in order to bait out utility from the SK side. The spam that he goes for here is in case anyone is boosted on quad. He's holding the apartments until the Arch smoke goes up so that he can walk out and clear quad. He then sets up his Molotov behind the smoke for grave. Taco does kill him from grave, but it ends up being an even trade as TABSEN gets the kill with the Molotov. LEGIJA throws down some spam towards the end of apartments at the start of the round, before clearing it out close with TABSEN. At around 1 minute, he throws the deep quad smoke that is the catalyst for the rest of the strategy. As the push comes into quad, he throws a really nice Molotov that wrecks anyone playing up on the balcony. He then covers the Arch and gets saved by KEEV, who kills FELPS just as he's peeking. The 2 flashes he throws off the wall were to prevent anyone from using the gap in the smoke. They actually blinded KEEV, but he still gets bailed out. By this point, the site is under control and they've secured the round. Next throws a flash and a Molotov towards Banana. He stops any aggression with the help of God B and KEEV. It's his job to hold Banana whilst his team bait out grenades at A. Even when everyone is setting up for the execute, Nex is still checking behind for any potential banana push. He throws the smoke that lands at Mini Pit and then storms the site to grab any trade kills. His smoke is thrown last as Big wants it to remain up for the longest amount of time. You can actually see that Fer was probing the site to see if he could find a quick kill, but the Mini Pit smoke shuts him out completely and forces them to save. FELPS is the arch player for SK, and as the first smoke comes in, you can see he doesn't use his Molotov straight away. Instead, he uses it after the smoke fades to stop anyone pushing his position. He can clearly see that this Molotov he just threw made a gap in the next arch smoke on the left hand side. His decision to not face it straight away is clever, as he wants to catch them off guard when they aren't looking. As he hears all of the Molotovs landing on the site, he goes for the peek and can clearly see both KEEV and Nex, but gets denied by KEEV with a nasty AWP shot. Taco plays the apartment position but uses all of his utility to back off towards Grave. He literally hides completely when the push comes in, so he doesn't get blind from the two flashes towards Pit. The Molotov from TABSEN looks like it caught him off guard, but he at least takes down one before being burnt to a crisp. COLDZERA plays quad and uses his Molotov very early in the round. The setup is very passive from him and Taco, which might be because he has an ump and wants to duel only in close quarters. You can see how the first arch smoke from Big baits out their utility early before the real push comes in. COLDZERA is sat on site with only 2 flashes left, which he uses once the deep quad smoke is put down. Obviously from here none of the flashes were effective from Big, but they managed to trade him out before he can do more damage. For more in-depth strat breakdowns, make sure you do subscribe. Let me know if you saw any decent strats from the major in the comment and I will put them on my list. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you guys in the next video.